Hello, hello, hello. Hi, everybody. Happy Sunday. I guess it's almost the end of January. Last Sunday of the month, January 28th. Welcome back to Crypto Traders Arena for another one of our Sunday uh, weekly crypto reviews. Crypto weekly reviews, whatever we call it. But we're here every Sunday at this time, 16 UTC, to talk about our sort of our like altcoin long-term investment plan that we're sharing with everybody for this upcoming cycle, or you could say we're right in the middle of this cycle, just sort of waiting for the epic bull run that we'll hopefully have here sometime in the next year or so. Well, I shouldn't put an exact time on it, but I'm thinking here. I actually tweeted out earlier this week that I feel pretty good about crypto. I don't know. I got the tinglies. I don't know. I feel like this will probably be a pretty promising year in general, especially if you're actively trying to build up your longs at good locations that we're trying to basically highlight in this show. We're just, basically trying to buy a handful of these things at reasonable locations, and then we're just going to wait for the bull to take off. And if we get the chance to sell half our position on a double along the way just to get our capital back out, then we're going to do so, and then just keep adding to the pile. And hopefully whenever that peak euphoric moment does happen, we'll just be sitting back knowing that we already built our plan, we already implemented our plan, and we already bought all our names, and now we just have to focus on not getting overly emotional and screwing it up. So I'm looking forward to that. I don't know exactly when that happens, but clearly there's already been some pretty upbeat action in crypto here over the last few months. I suppose we're just kind of holding pattern here, waiting to see if sort of the bigger names can consolidate and break higher, or if they've maybe rolled over. And Bitcoin, starting with Bitcoin, is obviously probably the most important. And just, I'm not going to get, the conversation still the same. The last couple of weeks the update from last week is basically, we ran into the 61.8 level there, got promptly rejected right on that ETF event. But last week we were just looking at this doji weekly candle here, wondering how it would close. And we talked a lot about the 3-bar fractal and this purple line being the level that needed to be taken out to confirm that 3-bar top. And then right away earlier this week, they basically did take that level out and strongly bounce it. And looks like they're finishing the week with a up year looking candle so far. So what does that mean here? First and foremost, obviously, like zoomed out, Bitcoin's in an uptrend. That dip that we had this last 2 weeks got bought up pretty good so far. So it looks like relatively strong, right? In general. But that 3-bar top has confirmed now, and this isn't really, let's see, how do I say this? That's not a huge surprise, right? They confirmed this is a weekly candle pattern. They confirmed it, and now they're just bouncing it back in the range. And the question here is, do we run into short interest as price bounces up back into short reload zones I've drawn here? I drew a fib range off the highs down to that bounce now. And as we're getting back into short levels, that's where we're going to have to really sort of analyze whether or not we think Bitcoin could roll over here. It's not just because this strong bounce is happening doesn't necessarily mean that this fractal's not valid, is what I'm trying to say. This fractal's very much valid. It's just not particularly shortable right here, and obviously there's still some strength in the market to buy that up. So let's just see what happens with Bitcoin. I think I already saw even in the chat earlier, Paul is already planning for his shorts. It's not unreasonable to think 61.8 is at 45,100 and 78.6 is at 46,866. And I got a red box drawn in there for the reload zone. So somewhere in this area, it wouldn't be a huge surprise to think that traders are going to be looking to short. Traders that have plans like Paul that focus on ranges and focus on trying to enter trades in the reload zone. So I still think in the bigger picture, we're probably going to do something like this, some sort of pullback and consolidation, and then maintain the uptrend. I think this is just an opinion, but I think the uptrend's still very much intact, and I don't know how deep this is. Maybe it happens right here, but my guess is it happens somewhere in this area, maybe even lower. I mean, I've talked about the open air in Bitcoin right here. It's just like basically the key support's down at 32K. And so there's just like a big giant gap right here. And you can almost argue that like even this dip that happened this week, that was the first dip into this fair value gap. It's just like a giant, well, there's a fair value gap right there. Not all of it's a fair value gap, but I'm kind of viewing this whole thing as just a kind of a little bit of gap in volume anyway. But point I'm trying to make is the first time they dipped it into there, it just got bought right up. And that would be long location for like ICT type traders, I suppose, in a general sense, like hunting location into the liquidity event where they took that stop out. And there was that gap. So anyway, what am I saying here other than, it looks like there's some support down in here. So we'll just see what happens. But because this fractal is confirmed now and we get a bounce up into short reload zones, could easily be shortable. And I could easily see the potential of an M coming in down the road. So that's the thing is like if we get up, that's why I was saying we got to wait for this bounce to sort of play out because, I mean, fair enough. The uptrend's still very strong and maybe we just take out the highs and we end up in the short reload zone up top here next. Wouldn't be the first time we've seen like Mountain Man hit, rejected, consolidation, bounce up past Mountain Man into the short reload zone. In fact, that's kind of like typical range activity. It's, So the point is yeah, that might happen, but if we see weakness up in the short reload zone, then I think this sort of idea makes more sense where, yeah, we maybe M out here, have to pull back and fill some of this and then eventually make W's. And that would be the next like sort of long opportunity on a weekly Bitcoin chart, sort of trend continuation long. So the point being is we don't really know yet, right? This is a 3-bar fractal top. It's a real sell signal. I think it's worth considering shorts up on the bounce here. And we'll just have to see what happens. Maybe we just keep ripping up and the uptrend just continues. I have no idea. I'll add that OBV hasn't really broken yet. There's not like an M here. This is like not actually an M, but it sort of tried to break a little bit. But in general, OBV is just making a big W here and still kind of pointing higher. So there's not really like I don't know. There's not like a reason to be super bearish here, in my opinion. Like, sure, if you're going to short the lower time frames and try to catch this potential short. I mean, there could be some sort of short setting up here where like say Mountain Man's like 45,200 and 2-to-1s become like 2-to-1 trades when you're risking to the high become somewhere in this open air. And so, yeah, there's room to make money on a short, but you are fading a pretty bullish market. I suppose the only, typically there's a dump in price heading into the halving. So I suppose that's that trade. If you're going to try to short Bitcoin here, you're sort of counting on the fact there's going to be a dip right before the halving, which is already coming up here pretty shortly in a few months. And when I say that out loud, it's just kind of funny looking at this is like maybe we do get that dip here into the halving, and then this is that consolidation bottom that comes in right around the halving, and then it's just like off to the races after that. I don't know. That kind of seems that's kind of what I think is going to happen. I don't want to sound too overly bullish, but I do feel generally positive about Bitcoin. And yeah, sure, maybe we panic dump deeper into like reloads and stuff, but even that is still just buying opportunities in my opinion. Like that's this little green box is the reload zone drawn off the lows up to the current high. And that's Mountain Man's 28.3. So even some sort of mega dip down into 28.3 or deep pullback is very viable at that point because you're just coming back into key support here, still making a higher low at Mountain Man. So we'll see what happens. But anyway, that's enough about Bitcoin. There's not a lot to say other than the 3-bar fractal from last week confirmed. The bounce, like the dead cat bounce is happening, and let's just see what happens as it gets up into short reload zones. Because right here, I think it's dangerous to go short right here. Horrible location. Sure, lower time frame longs on the FU were probably in order, but it's a little late at this point. So anyway, I did want to mention the stock market really quick because just damn, like I was looking at the SPY here. And just to be, just to sort of reiterate the bullishness of crypto, I think is like sort of it's a risk on sector or whatever. It's hard to say whether the stock market's leading or crypto's leading or whatever, but either way, they're both looking relatively uppy. And the stock market just hasn't quit. It's basically just been trending higher. ever since, I suppose you could argue like this W here was it was like May 22nd of last year was sort of like a pretty significant breakout place at this like 420 kind of area. And then they obviously retested that 420 area and you saw super strong support there too. But now it's just like, I mean, this is the ETF, but we closed the week, I suppose last week we closed the week above the all-time highs and then gapped up this week, which isn't particularly bullish in a sense because that's like, this kind of looks like it could become like an island top and would just end up back into the range this week. So I think it'll be interesting to watch like what the stock market does right here at the highs. Like, is this an FU of the old high and then they're going to bring it back in the range, or does this thing keep trending higher? And that's where I was sort of just looking at this and allowing myself to be bullish. And I started just seeing like, what if this is like a big ABCD? Like, it'd be hilarious to see the stock market do this. In the face of people thinking that like it's going to roll over. I think a lot of people, like a lot of smart people, think that it's just gone too far and it's got to roll over or something like that. But what if it just comes up to what is that, 610? Those aren't very bright. I could probably pick a maybe brighter color. I don't know. And I'm just mentioning this. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but man, that would be hilarious if this thing keeps, probably be nice to see it break out strongly. I don't think we can confirm this breakout yet or call it good. Although I will say, look at OBV here, just ripping higher. Could potentially turn into bearish divergences if it quickly M's out here. But I mean, it's just ripping higher. So anyway, I was going to say like probably see some strength above here would be nice, but then also retest the highs of the range and then strength again. I think it's too early to call this, but when I look at that, I was like, damn, that'd be what a weird post-COVID world, I suppose. Like, I mean, we ripped straight up after COVID, and then made like a reasonable, just sort of like, how big was that consolidation, or that dip? I mean, just out of curiosity here, I think it was like 20 some. Yeah, so it's like 27%. That's a pretty big dip for the stock market. A 27% bear market, if you will. I suppose that went from, excuse me, I had to clear my throat here on mute, but that was December 27th, end of the year in 2021, and then the bottom was in October of 2022. So almost a year of down, 30% move, pretty sizable dip, and then just off to the races. And now I think that's like I don't know. I don't think that's unreasonable to say maybe down the road we're up here. I mean, think about the stock market's basically just gone up, had these like pretty brutal corrections over the years, but I don't know. Kind of seems like the bull is on, man. I don't know. That looks pretty bullish to me. And we'll see what happens over the next while. But it's just something I was looking at this morning and thinking, damn, that looks like an ABCD right off the COVID lows. Just for the bears, I'll just add that I also started looking at like back here, and like this was 2000, and then this is 2007 top. And all I'll say is this is also kind of the other potential scenario. I mean, we saw this in Bitcoin at the top of the last cycle, but just for the sort of bear side of this, like you can see how they politely FU'd the highs here. They brought it all the way back up and then just kind of put the top in there. So maybe, if we do see the island top back inside the range here, we might be in for, that would be the whole other case. Like this thing fails here, starts breaking down, and then we really do roll over. So crucial area, I'd say, to watch for like long-term stuff. I think that's fair. So we'll see. We'll see what happens next week if we start getting kind of a 3-bar island top here. So anyway, that's the old stocky stock market. Which crypto stocks have been pretty fun to watch lately. They've dipped deeply, and I guess it was 2 weeks ago, I started highlighting some of the crypto stocks I'm trying to buy. And then I did get filled on a couple of them already and have bids working on a lot of them. And maybe I'll cover that on Tuesday. I usually do another show about crypto on Tuesdays, so check us out then. And I'll try to update everybody on the stocks that I'm trying to trying to buy here and they're all crypto. This is crypto related stocks. That is like a whole portfolio in itself that I'm sort of tracking and trading myself. And I think there's tons of upside in the crypto stocks. And I've said this a lot, but I think many of them will outperform Bitcoin. So keep that in mind. I'll talk about that on Tuesday, but I do have let's see, well, I suppose real quick, I should probably introduce Paul and make sure he's here with us, my co-host. Are you want to say hi to everybody?
Well, I don't want to, but I'll say it anyway.
I just put you on the spot because I'm not, I'm like the worst host, I guess.
Well, I don't know about that. In my opinion, you do a good job. Well, every week will be here until the end of this plan. So we have 1 year and even a bit more, and we'll stop when everything will, when P cycle top will say, okay, it's time to get out. Then we'll start something else, I guess.
Yeah. Do you think about my ABCD on the SPY? Is that crazy, or do you think it can go up there?
Yeah, it can go there.
I suppose the funny thing is that's a sell signal too. If it does get up there, right? This is actually a short location tool, but
Can go, but you hit that level, well, it's not a good thing. You can still hear me?
yeah, I can hear you.
Hello.
Are you there? Can you hear me?
Well, yeah, seems like I lost the connection a little
Oh
bit.
no, you're there.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully everybody can hear us, but I was thinking that looks like a 200% move too. I mean, I'm not going to keep hammering away at this.
Yeah.
But let me just project that. It looks like yeah, look at that. Oh, it's exactly 200%. That's insane.
Hopefully we will not go straight up. That's my worry. If we'll go sideways and then up, well, that will give us more time for our bull cycle on crypto, I mean.
I mean, yeah, as long as this is generally positive, I think that crypto is going to benefit. It's like, as long as things don't go to complete hell in the world, I think crypto's set up just.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not.
We are going for top there to make a retracement, but no, it's strong.
Yeah. And yeah, there might be a lot of volatility in here, and who knows what's going to happen, but it certainly does look pretty strong. Fascinating that we're back at the all-time highs in the stock market, though. Either way, let's see. I just want to make a couple more points, and then we'll get into the actual names. You know, every week we.
Well, I don't know if you can still hear me, but my internet connection shows me that I have some problems.
Oh yeah. Well, I can kind of hear you cutting in a little bit and stuff. So cutting in and out. I mean, we'll see how it goes. Maybe it'll correct itself here in the next few minutes, and I'll just kind of talk about a few more things in crypto that I was going to mention. I mean, I already talked about Bitcoin a little bit, and I think that's all. I don't know. That's all I can really say without trying to make wild claims here. It's not a level to be getting long here, and not really. It's a little too early to go short, and never underestimate the fact that we're in a pretty strong uptrend. So if you are short and you are fading, and you might get blown out, because I don't think we can throw the towel in on this yet. But moving on to Ethereum really quick, kind of looks worse on the day, and I suppose I'll look at Ethereum versus Bitcoin in a minute too. But man, or on the week, I should say, Ethereum's week didn't look so great. Dumped pretty hard, and actually is kind of making, this isn't really a fractal, but technically that's an inside bar. This little doji-ish, shooting star-ish candle became an inside bar that got taken out. But I think last week I pointed out the M in Ethereum, and it's a pretty good example of what can happen on an M in a 38.2 sort of dump chaser zone. You know, we're in the higher time frame range, 38.2 to 50% level zone, Collins dump chaser zone, all that. And the M came in, and then it's not a huge, like I think last Sunday's show was it that candle? This candle. So we were just sitting there. We had basically broken the M, and then it was just sitting there. And sure enough, they just dumped it right after. So it's a pretty good example of what an M, when you have like reasonable location and then you get a structural top, that's not the worst idea to think that price might go in that direction. Now, if you're short in that M, you probably didn't hit 2-to-1s. If you're risk, that's a pretty big risk window to try to, for that trade to play out. But nonetheless, it's looking kind of weak here. It could easily just be dead cat bounce and then roll over again and start getting back into the range, which is all that's really happened with Ethereum. We have this very solid range high breakout that happened. Nice, like big wide W's and stuff. Broke it out pretty strong right into 38.2 kind of resistance-ish sort of dump chaser zone. And now we're just back against the old range highs and finding support. You can see the support's been building there the last month or two. So, I think like Ethereum, there's probably gonna be a consolidation and then another breakout down the road. But for now, it's looking kind of ugly. Probably could easily see pullbacks even into this reload zone at $2,000, 1978's 61.8 of just that range. And then I suppose like if you go all the way back to here and see that 38.2 is just a little bit into the range. So like support is probably testing the range still and seeing what happens. If there's support here, then a bounce off that level seems likely. It's already happened a couple times. Not a place you want to be shorting right there. Same with Bitcoin. If you want to short Ethereum, you got to wait for a bounce up against the highs again. I say, and kind of hope that the M's coming in, like a bigger M down the road. But Ethereum's not broken either. It's also just, that's actually a W, right? This recent OBV's at a new high, and it's just kind of trending higher. So, but more importantly, it's just interesting to look at this Ethereum versus Bitcoin chart, because I don't think Ethereum's ready to outperform against Bitcoin. We got this sort of warning shot here on the ETF news where they basically just FU'd the range low and bounced it really hard. But not really a W, right? Like I think I said that last week too. That's not really a structural bottom. It does show that there's like a potential range established here with the range low here, and it's possible we'll stay above this green line and actually kind of work in this range. That's sort of confirmed by, or not, I don't know about confirmed, but that's what's happening right now. They FU'd the lows and brought it right back in the range. But I think it's just, this trend line is pretty active in my opinion, and I think the possibility of just oscillating around the trend line for a while is high. And so really waiting for a W over here somewhere would be the signal to actually think that Ethereum and altcoins for that matter are ready to start outperforming Bitcoin, because all this was sort of like a kind of fake out breakout to the upside, and now we kind of have an ugly pattern forming here and just right back to the trend line. So pretty good example of how trend lines or a moving average even if anytime you're like buying into that trend line, you're definitely probabilities on the side of the fake out, I'd say, if you're just trying to long a break of a trend line, because this is often what happens. You can even see how just this trend line's now been active a lot. So let's just wait for real structure, like real bottoms on the other side of the trend line. And it might be down here, the reload zone's not that far away. So Mountain Man's down at like 043. So it might actually have to get all the way down here before it truly bottoms. And I'll end that talk with just looking at OBV, because look at how OBV looks. That doesn't look bottomed at all. There's no W there. And so like there'll probably be a nicer looking W in OBV before this thing truly bottoms. And maybe we even start seeing divergences if like we make a new low here and OBV can start putting in a divergence. So I don't think there's any rush to think that Ethereum's going to start ripping against Bitcoin just yet. And to be fair, if I zoomed out to like a monthly chart, that's a big old M. Just for fun. That's actually an M, right? Hasn't closed down there, but there is a big M. So what does that mean? I guess it means the same story for altcoins. It's just kind of, do we get a dip? There's plenty of altcoins that are already dipping close to reload zones. And it's just kind of waiting for that sort of last, I don't want to say last, what I believe it's probably the last viable opportunity in altcoin investing before the bull run, but I shouldn't really say that because I don't even know what that means. I kind of feel like the next viable dip is going to produce great reward if you're willing to step in. So I very much still pullbacks buying opportunities. It's just a question of, do the altcoins dip enough? And I don't know if they will. It's just, all I'm going to do is work my bids. We're going to work all the bids from this show And then on Tuesdays, I'll kind of work. I'll show you the bids I'm working on, stuff that's, we stick to like the larger market cap coins for the most part in this show. And then on Tuesday, I'll kind of talk about the not so larger market cap and even some on chain stuff. And I've still been very much having fun just trading Sol shit coins. So I'll probably talk about those a little bit too. But for today, I wanted to just kind of point out a couple of the bigger names real quick, like Sol being one, because I am like, well, I'm having fun trading on Sol, and I also think Sol is going to be a huge player in this cycle. More and more, I've become more and more convinced about that. And actually, before I forget too, just because there is a time limit, if you've used Jupiter at all to swap at least $5, there is an airdrop for WEN and it closes tomorrow. So if you have a Phantom wallet, well, I suppose any wallet if you've had a Phantom wallet and made a swap on Phantom, they use Jupiter. So, point being, if you've swapped at least $5 on Jupiter, go and I don't have the links handy in our Discord room. I don't have that right in front of me, but if you just go to Jupiter's, it's like there's a link at the top. It says like, I guess I could just do that really quick. Yeah, jup.ag, and yeah, you can see it right here, when by Ovals. And if you go to the claim airdrop, you should get, everybody got the same amount. It's like 640,000 of these wens, and you'll get that if you've spent at least $5 swapping on Jupiter for every wallet. I had multiple wallets. And just for fun, I'll show you when, because speaking of ABCDs, damn, now I'm getting off track a little bit, but I'll just because it is free money. So if you've done this, make sure you go get the airdrop. And I had drawn this ABCD on when here, because this is that free airdrop. And you can see it's just been nothing but up since it started. And nice W consolidation and a breakout here. And it's painting higher. And this probably is going to, I'm not going to sell this, by the way, but I'm going to just hold it and see what happens down the road, because I could see this thing being worth more down the road. It's kind of like the meme, one of the meme coin, probably, well, it's probably going to be a meme coin that's got like a little bit more momentum behind it on Solana. So anyway, get the airdrop if you are eligible. And that ends on the 29th. That's why I'm bringing it up today. So it's ending soon. Anyway, going back to Sol, I just wanted to comment on Sol's chart really quick. I mean, I mentioned the daily W that came in a while back. I mean, nice strong W, and you can see what W. What the hell am I talking about? M. I'm upside down. Somehow I got M, the opposite of W. M. Jeez, it's hilarious how you can just start, like, I'm thinking M, but I'm saying W. Anyway, also a good example of an M in a 38.2. I mean, this is just, that's why this shit happens over. And I mean, that's why we try to keep it simple here. I learned these reload zone boxes from Brian. Somewhere along the line, Colin started kind of adapting the 38.2 concept to this dump chaser zone, which I don't know. I like saying it, and it makes a lot of sense. The concept behind it, whatever you call it, is all the same. And that's that, like, dead cat bounces up into 38.2s often run into traffic. It's just basically that simple. And that's all that's happened here. So like a lot of the runners lately, including Bitcoin, all had to go through this battle here, if you will. And Solana put in an M. So like, I think that altcoin dip is coming still. And just like I said about Bitcoin, you can kind of see how the M came in and they retested the M. That tag right there was pretty likely that was Mountain Man. Let's see. Not quite. So, they didn't quite bounce it high enough yet to get into short reload zones. And then they kept rolling it over. It was just sort of retesting the M that whole time, haven't been able to get back above the like M candle body breakdown level. And now this bounce too is also back up into traffic. So again, like, I can't call tops here, but I certainly can call that there was a structural top that is shortable. So I think it's still up in the air whether this rolls over or not, but it doesn't look particularly great. If anything, you could even draw like trend lines off the top here. It's kind of making like a downward channel. And, so same thing. If there's a W over here, okay, fine. But until there's like really a W here, we'll probably just keep walking down the trend line. So I don't know. It doesn't look like particularly strong here. There is an M. However, it's just been so strongly in an uptrend that, like, I don't know. I hate to fade uptrends. So, but the warning shots are there. And of course, I want this to roll over as much as I love Solana. I just want to buy altcoins here. So I'd prefer this M to be active. I prefer a pullback into support and a new bottom, and then everything sort of sets up again for the next rally. And this gives me information saying that it's likely we'll get that altcoin dip. And looking at Ethereum, not really. I don't know. Ethereum potentially breaking down. This one breaking down. And then I just wanted to pair it with a couple to, their Sol will probably be a leader of on-chain trading going forward. And then these are like up and comers, SUI and SEI. And SUI has been really strong lately. It broke to new high. Looks relatively strong still, not broken at all. So just keep, there was like kind of an M in here on the daily, but and it broke down, and then they just took the highs out here. But this one's actually making a new high. So it's a little bit of an outlier, whereas like SEI, very much an M, but just not really a very strong M yet. But yeah, they put in a big old M top, just barely took out the breakdown level and then brought it right back in. But you can even see this week is like, or this is a daily chart, sorry, but this day is a little bit kind of running out of gas. And so I think any moves up into short reload zones here are definitely shortable. So I don't know, maybe that's breaking. Sol looks like it broke. SUI is not really broken. And Carol, another call from Carol. He was, I think he said he was saying everybody should go buy this dip because that'd be a nice place to start trying to get in on this SUI if you're not already in it. Which I'm not, unfortunately. I'm not going to buy it up here. I'll just be patient, and I might buy a little bit so that I can go play around on chain. I'll probably buy it and swap it to stables right away or something, because I don't like the idea of buying it up here. Or whatever. Just get on. I got set up on SEI. I've already traded a little bit on SEI. I haven't traded on SUI yet, but these are two that I'm going to be, actively trading going forward, trying to, at least the on-chain stuff. So I just wanted to mention those, the three S's. Maybe I'll pick one layer two really quick, because I think Arbitrum. I don't know if maybe let's look at Matic. Well, no, I want to look at Arbitrum because it's probably bigger at this point, but it kind of looks like Arbitrum is just like a 3-bar top and not really an M, but this could turn into Head and Shoulders. So also looking a little bit toppy. I mean, there's kind of like a Head and Shoulders coming in right here. So any sort of bounces up into that area, and like an M up here is very shortable, which is also the short reload zone. So it's kind of breaking. Anyway, just speed it up a little bit. I also wanted to mention I'll mention a couple of these names just for fun, because I was kind of intrigued. One is this Deso. I mean, not buyable right now. I'm not. I want to buy this thing on a dip. Whatever it is, it got bought up really strong here. But this is a Deso, decentralized social. It's like the guy from BitClout. This is like BitClout 2.0. And my first thought was, why is it only on Coinbase? It's like only on, I find that fascinating that it's not on Binance and stuff. It's on like Gate.io and CoinEx and Coinbase. But nonetheless, really strong move recently and nice bottom here. And I just want to try to buy a dip on this one for sure. And going forward, I think it's, I don't know, it seems interesting to me. So I'm just pointing it out. And I did throw like $100 at just in this Focus pre-sale. I don't even know what it was. That's what got me interested in this name, though, is some people are talking about this Focus. I guess it's going to be the social media platform built on this network, on this Deso network. And I just threw $100 at it. So I had to, I bought a little of this Deso and swapped it to that. Just so down the road. I mean, I think it's even like locked up, or like, I don't know. I don't even know the terms of the whole deal. So I didn't I just wanted to be involved in it down the road if it works. And so I'll keep everybody posted on that. But what in the process of doing that, I got more interested in this and started reading a little bit more about it. And it's just one that I'm not in. That well, I mean, I'm in it by default because of that focus thing. But I'm not. I'd like to buy this somewhere down here at like $15 as it comes back into the W. So I'll be watching that one. Unfortunately, you can't buy it here. It's just one that I was like, damn, I mean, it had a pretty explosive move out of like this little W down here. It's $10, and I guess it's up 4 or 5 times. So anyway, that's one that I'm adding to my list going forward, and then I'll just, I mean, I had a nice second double on this Aleph, ALEPH. I don't know what's going on with this one, but man, it was ripping earlier in the week. Kind of coming back a little bit now, but I did sell on another double on that one. That's the only double I have to report since last Sunday I forgot to report my doubles. I did have 3 or 4 of them, but never talked about them. I think I mentioned them on Tuesday. And the last thing I'll talk about is just, I mean, I just picked one name because the story is the same that I've been saying over and over again every week. It's just I want to buy pullbacks into the previous weekly W's. So like this is ALCX. It's also one that I'm a lot of these I'm reloading on because I bought that W in the first place, got a double. And now, I mean, this is the state of like this kind of level of altcoin right now. And this is why I think that there will be plenty of altcoins to buy in the upcoming dip. That's a perfect example of one that like had a nice weekly W, also had a weekly OBV divergence that confirmed, right before the W in price confirmed. They also gave like several weeks to buy that level. But that's all in the past. Now that we've taken off here and there's a solid W working, I mean, this is what I would say about every altcoin that I looked at going forward is if there's a W like this, and chances are that W breakout level lines up somewhere around 78.6 and price is coming back down into that level. And I'm either going to say, if I'm really aggressive about a name, I might hit Mountain Man here. In this case, I don't see that's a little high up. The breakout level's way down here. So I think Mountain Man's a little bit aggressive, but you can see that it's bouncing a little bit this week off of that level. And they might have to bounce all the way back up here before it comes down. But I think eventually I'll get filled around. I chose this candle body low here right above 78.6 as a nice area. So like, yeah, that's 1768, for example. And then I also just 88.6. And I'm just going to see if I can get filled on any kind of dump in here. And I'm just being patient and trying to snap up the shit cheap because I know that, especially if like you get a violent move down into 78.6, it might just turn around and go up and double, which really, to be fair, if you're buying like $17, your double's only 34. It's just a test of these highs without even breaking out of the range. So this is the exact thing I'm trying to do going forward, 100% on every altcoin that I'm looking at like this. I just want to try to find the ones that look a little bit better like this, have a nice W bottom, and prices coming back down into them. And if they have OBV divergence and stuff back here, even better. But I'm mostly focused on price action here and not so much indicators going forward. And that's because I've already sort of established myself as a buy the dip bull. And I don't, if I wait for a new divergence here, I might be able to, I just don't think I'm not really that worried about it personally. I think that's great. If you want to like wait for new divergence to set up and even new W's for that matter, like even wait for a new structural setup, that's fine. Me personally, I'm just willing to kind of hit that level now. So it's kind of my pitch for today. I just picked one name and I'll go through a bunch more altcoins on Tuesday that are like this. And, but that's a pretty good example of the exact thing I'm trying to do. And I've been posting these in our general chat. So if you're a member on Discord, just like a free member, I will be posting these as I try to post them before they hit the levels. So if people want to take a look at them and go just kind of get an idea of what I'm bidding on, then, I posted probably 5 or 6 this week. This was one of them. And I posted a handful of other ones that I'm also bidding on. I'm slowly but surely just getting all my bids working because the same thing still applies. Like if you're not doing that work right now, you're probably going to miss it if you don't go find these things right now because it might not stick down. I mean, it might give you plenty of time, but it might not. I don't know yet. So anyhow, I guess if Paul, you're ready to hop on, if your internet's okay. Otherwise, I could talk about the school, or we could save that to the end. We have the giveaway to do.
I don't know. I don't know exactly if you can hear me and everything
Yeah.
is okay. I switched the internet connection. Hopefully this one it's acceptable.
Yeah, yeah, it
So
sounds fine.
you
You
can hear
sound good
me?
now. Yeah, yeah, you sound good now.
No.
Well, we'll
Okay.
give it a shot.
Well, you can switch to my yeah, let's change to my screen.
Oh my god, I have like 8 million windows open. Let's see here.
Yeah. Hopefully my internet connection will be okay. If not, switch back to you and I'll stay on the sidelines and only listening this time.
No, you're good.
But
I
for the
just
moment seems like it's working.
Yeah, you sound fine actually. I'm just fumbling around trying to get you're on full screen. Okay. Yeah, you sound fine.
Okay. Okay. So same plan, and we'll keep it pretty simple following this plan. We are on the same part. I'll mention every week. I know it's boring. I know but it's exactly what I supposed to do. So first part of the plan, I think we are still in that part where we should buy low, sell half on a double. A lot of people ask me when we'll stop selling half on a double. Well, when the market will not go back for us to reload. We know we sold half on a double and the market is not going back to reload. It's perfect time to stop, I think. Okay, so the spreadsheet again, you can make a copy. It's a complete one. You have everything you want here. You have even against Bitcoin, you have a dollar cost averaging part of the document. It's a complete one. It's free for everyone. Please use it if you think it will could help you. Let's go on the document on the list and let's see what we have. We finished the list last Sunday, and I think we should start from zero, from scratch with Bitcoin, and take the first 10. So let's start with Bitcoin. It will be interesting to see what we have on Bitcoin. So I'm using a different chart. You can see Bitcoin index, but the price it's similar. Where we are on Bitcoin, I said 70k last time here at this level was our limit order on the spreadsheet. Well, now it's a bit improbable that level. So what we can do, we'll keep that limit order there, but we still have zero point 0.5 to add to buy to have 1%. So let's keep it simple. I don't want to overcomplicate things. Bitcoin is pretty strong. So what I can do here, I just put this, you can see this W and breakout. A retest here will give me a good entry to buy zero point 0.5. If the market will go all the way down here to retest this level, I'm okay. But I'll use this one to buy another zero point 0.5. So buy zero point 0.5 here at $28,600. Let's call it that way. A lot of people will say, well, Bitcoin will never go to that level. Well, let's watch, let's be patient, and we'll see. You can see here is the halvening, I guess, in April or a bit later. We still have time, and even after the halvening, we can get a dump. I'm okay with waiting at least 61.8 from the entire range. So with Bitcoin, I'll keep it simple. If we'll touch 61.8, I'll get in. If not, we can buy altcoins. We can do something else. Pretty simple on Bitcoin. Let's see the next one. The next one is Ethereum. Well, on Ethereum, let's see what we have on the document, on the spreadsheet. Well, our level was $1,108. Well, at the lows here. I'm thinking on Ethereum, we should do the same thing we are trying to do on Bitcoin. We'll keep that level there. 1,100 is a good level to have the order, but we can do the same thing. Yeah, it's just above this. Let's put it that way. Even I'm a bit more aggressive on Ethereum. Yeah? I'm buying above the 61.8. So buying at 1,800. Well, honestly, I don't know if I should do that. From I need a double. No, I have to buy 61.8. I'm not allowed on this plan to buy above 61.8. Sorry, but not sorry. Actually, I think 61.8 is the best I can do. I'm a cheap ass, I know. by 0.5. So we'll keep that order down there at 1,100 and we'll add another one at $1,580, 83. You can make it $1,600. It's the best best thing I can do to buy it here. Even here seems like it's a bit too high for my taste. Keep in mind we are talking about weekly chart. Yeah, I know now looks toppy and will never go down. Maybe yes, maybe no. We don't know. So pretty simple on Ethereum. On the other hand, looking at the weekly chart, well, we can go higher before we'll go lower. So you can see higher highs and higher lows. A really nice one, but some weakness signs you can see on RSI, on OBV no, but you can see a clear one on RSI. This is a ugly bearish divergence in NM. Yeah, so bearish divergence and I am. If we close like this week, well, it's not so nice. Well, that's Ethereum. Let's take a look at the next one. Let's see what we have on the list. Well, BNB. BNB behaved like a stable coin and last year. Let's go on BNB and let's see if my chart will load and you guys can still. Well, seems like don't have access anymore.
I can hear you.
You can still, yeah? Okay. I see some weakness in my internet, so that's why I'm keep asking you guys. Well, BNB behaved like a stable coin in last year. You can see here, nothing, 50% up, $2,200 and $300, and that's it. I'll keep this order. Honestly, I don't know if I should FOMO in. I don't see the upside potential here on BNB. I know CZ had different plans with BNB, but even if I'll buy here, I should buy $250 kind of idea. Well, I'll keep this order here and I'll reassess. Honestly, I don't want to buy it here. It's too high for my taste. And I don't see the upside potential for this one. Well, we are at $300. Well, 600 is almost the all-time high. I don't I don't want to buy this level. So I will reassess. Maybe something will change. I still have this order here. That's it. Nothing I can do on this one. It's too high for my taste. It's that simple. Okay, let's take a look at the next one. Well, the favorite altcoin, my favorite altcoin, and I guess Kevin also. Let's see if the chart will load. Well, it's loading. That's good. Ripple. Well, performed really nice the last cycle. Really nice cycle. But in not this cycle, before 2020. You can see here on this one, $2 from 20 cents, 10x week, and I'm not chasing this one. I have the order here. Yeah, indeed. Kevin told us about this weekly W and the breakout, and I think he even made a double, but I'm still waiting here, and nothing I could change now. I'm not buying Ripple at 40 cents for this plan. It's that simple. If I'll get a fill here, okay. If market will go without me, so be it. But I'm not chasing and I'm not buying Ripple so high. It's that simple. Maybe I'm wrong with this one, but I'm not chasing the market here, up here, and I want more consolidation, maybe even take the lows. That will give me a nice feel. So nothing to do on Ripple. I'll wait. The next one, it's Cardano. Well, I have some good and some ugly memories at the same time with Cardano. People from Crypto Traders Arena, some of them know what happened. Well, on Cardano, I'm still waiting at 50 cents. I don't see that weekly W. I don't know if you see something. I don't see it. I'll wait. Nothing to do here. Yeah, this one, if you zoom in really hard, you can see a weekly W here. Who wants to buy this weekly W? Put a limit order here. Okay, it's up to you. But In my view, I'll wait here at almost 50 cents, 15 cents. Nothing to do on this one. I don't consider this a weekly W, a clear one. So I'm still waiting for I don't know, a bad event or something to happen to give me a fill up 50 cents. And then after that, I'll reassess. I still have another zero point 0.5 to buy the weekly W or something similar on Cardano. I know Bitcoin looks really bullish, but some altcoins, they are not so bullish at this point in time. Some of them, they will break the low, in my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. But in my view, some altcoins will break the low and will test the all-time low or the lows from this bear market. Cardano will be one of them? Well, honestly, I don't know. We'll see. Let's wait. So nothing to do on Cardano. I still have that limit order there and I'm waiting. Doge. Same kind of thinking on Doge. Ugly, boring, but I don't know how to say it. I'm not chasing Doge here. Doge is the perfect meme coin. Elon Musk tried to do something else with Doge. And indeed, hold this level. I get it, but you can see it's 8 cents. Something ugly could happen and give me an entry at 1.5 cents. It's possible. It's not probable at this point in time, but it's possible. Seeing this consolidation, okay, where I should think to buy Doge. Well, if we go back here at 88.6 at 6 cents, honestly, I'm thinking it's too high for me to chase that one. I don't think Doge will go anywhere without retesting these lows. It's my opinion. So the best I can do, is put another limit order here. I know, again, I'm a cheap ass. Maybe is the case this time, and I'll miss the Doge rally, but I'm not chasing, and I'm still considering I'm chasing here at 5 cents. We don't have the entire history on Doge, but if you'll put the entire history, you'll see the pocket is still lower here. So I'm not chasing. That's for sure. Well, now the pocket is here, but we don't have the entire history. If you'll go and look at the entire history, I still think the pocket's down here at, I don't know, 1 cent, 2 cents kind of idea. Okay, let's close this one. So the best I can do on Doge, it's to wait at 5 cents. If you'll go without me, well, so be it. Nothing I can do about that. But like I said, this plan is not about chasing the market. This plan is about getting the right level and easy to get a sell half on a double, get a free position, and maybe reload if you get the opportunity. It's an investment plan. It's not something we should trade. So I'm okay with putting my limit order here. Well, that was Doge. And Matic. Let's see Matic. Same idea. We don't have a fill, and you can see Miku said price cannot go lower than 0.1. Let's see what we have on Matic. Pumped a really nice from when we post that. Well, you can see how a cheap ass I am. Well, what I think about this one. Honestly, I missed this W. I should be pay more attention, and in my view, I should have a, I don't know, I should have a position here. You can see this is a weekly W. Indeed, 4 or 5 candles, but it's a weekly W in a good area. I didn't buy that. I don't know if something will change or not will not change. We are at 80 cents. But if we'll go back to 60 cents, I'm not waiting for more than that. So I'll do something like this. I'll buy this breakout. You can see we are from this area. We are in the long reload zone. From the entire range, we are in the long reload zone. From this area, we are in the long reload zone. I think we are below reload zone. So I think this is a good level to buy Matic if we'll go down there. Now it's 80 cents and we are waiting at 60 cents. I think it's easy to get that level. Seems like I'm chasing, but I'll do it this time. So buy 0.5, and then we still have this order all the way down here. We can keep that one, or we can reassess and wait for the next weekly W, and then we can buy another 0.5. But I think I was too cheap ass putting this one here. I did a mistake. We'll change that. So we'll buy here, and we'll buy the next weekly W. Probably, don't chase. Still in this area and this blue area. Keep in mind when you see blue on this kind of charts on my charts, it's 78.6 to 88.6. So if it's green, it's 61.8 to 78.6. If it's with blue, that means it's even a cheap ass kind of a reload zone, 78.6 to 88.6. So on blue, it's a good level to buy. Let's call it that way. Next one. So Solana. Well, here we'll see what we thought about Solana and what actually happened on Solana. So I said I'll buy Solana exactly like Sam. I'll buy all your Solana at $5 and get the fuck out. Well, it seems like the market didn't want to give me that level. We missed this entirely, at least on this plan. We have some Solana on Crypto Traders Arena. We bought some. We had at least I had a dollar cost averaging plan. We bought some here at $20. We made some money. We are trading actively Solana. Actually, I really like what is happening on Solana. But on this plan, on the investment plan, what we can do? Well, let's not be too cheap ass. Keep in mind, I'm with blue here. A retest of this big wide weekly W. This is the textbook W. A retest of this level will give me a nice entry. That level is 32 and something. A lot of people will tell me, well, Solana will never go to $32 again. Maybe, but that doesn't stop me to put that order there. I'm not investing in Solana at $100. I bought some in the lows here, but I'm not chasing here. Yeah, to trade, I like the development on Solana. Could go a lot higher. I even discussed with Kevin before the live stream that uh, almost 1 year now and Solana didn't break down. That makes me think that Sam, when he wanted some money, some liquidation, said, give the call and said, stop the blockchain, stop Solana a little bit. I want to make some money. Maybe is the case. Probably is the case. And after Sam got out, well, Solana is not breaking anymore. Not even yesterday in that giveaway put a lot of pressure on the Solana, but it's still okay. So Solana could really work. And I even saw some news that they are trying to bring more apps to Solana from Ethereum and so on. Well, if you will give me a choice where I want to trade or where I want to day trade or to do something, I'll definitely choose Solana when I could go and buy with 1 cent per transaction, and I have to go in Ethereum and I don't know, pay $40, $100. I think it's better on Solana. And if projects will start building on Solana and everyone will, not everyone, some of them will go on Solana, well, that means something for this blockchain. Okay. My level for this one, it's 32 and 13 cents. 13 cents. You can see it here. We'll adapt and we'll buy this one. If the market will dip below this level and will form another W in this area or even lower, well, even better for us for this plan. But keep in mind what we have on Solana. I think it's a good idea to buy that 78.6. I don't see any reason to think to put the limit order higher. You can see this is the breakout from the weekly W, and usually that one will get a fill until the real bull market will start. Maybe I'm wrong this time. Who knows? So that's Solana, and we have DOT. Well, about DOT, everyone knows that didn't perform so well. We have already 0.5 bought here. Missed our double by a slight. I don't know, $2, $1.40, and it's going back down. But what you can see on this one, it's ugly sign. We don't have that weekly W. So I said I'll buy point 0.5 here at $5. I like it. Okay. But I'm not allowed to buy anymore. Either we'll hit the sell half on a double, either we'll need to form a weekly W for me to buy another point 0.5. It's that simple. I don't know. Don't take, okay, dot will not perform this cycle and is dead. Well, if we'll get a free position from that point, I don't care. But for the moment, yeah, you can see long reload zone is at the same level we bought. But I don't see that weekly double is not there. If I don't see it, I'm not buying anymore. I'm waiting for that. So we'll reassess. We'll wait for a weekly W. I don't know. If you want to buy or to put a limit order, I don't think it's a bad idea to put it at $3.50. We can do that. That's for sure. To put another limit order, make an average here and put everything on short. That's not a bad idea, but nothing more I can do here. Just, I don't see anything else. Next one, SHIB, the last one. Let's see what this great and strong project is doing. Well, pumped, made some nice W, pumped really nice last cycle. Well, and now it's consolidating. I'm not saying anything else. I'm not saying he's dead. I'm not saying he's not going back up. I like the OBV. I like everything here, but it's at the same level we bought. We bought 0.5 here, and it's at the same level. You can see the shot all the way up here, testing the highs. I'm not allowed to do anything here. I'm just not. If I'll see a new weekly W, I could think about, but this one could test the lows. If someone wants to buy another 0.5 here at the lows, it's not a bad idea. Do an average. You have 1%, hope for a shot, sell half on a double, and then reload. Okay. But in the best case scenario, it's starting to form a range here. From all of a sudden could pump? Yeah. That's why we should be damn sure that we have our short in the market. It's that simple. We are not watching the market every moment. So we should have our limit orders. If you don't have everything in place, go make some time, go and put your short levels. Put limit orders in the market. We don't know what will happen. Then at the same time, if you don't have limit orders to buy lower, don't wait until the market will dump to that levels. It's probable that you'll hope, you'll look at influencers and they'll tell you again, could go lower. And you'll hope for lower and you'll not buy. Now, you remember last year, remember when the price of Bitcoin was at 70K, and I said, look at this indicator, the great indicator I made. Was a joke because it was just P cycle top and P cycle bottom. But I said it's a great level to start accumulating. And even good traders, they laugh at me. Well, what the mining cost, it's at $7,000. You think will stop at 7? I don't know, but this indicator tells me to start buying. They laugh at me, but seems like that was the bottom. And that indicator is not mine. My indicator was just an indicator took from TradingView. P cycle bottom you can look at, and you can see what level you had with that indicator. That gives me another reason to think that P cycle top will give me approximately the top on Bitcoin. And from that point, I know what I should do. So we talked about these 10 projects. We don't have fields on most of them except SHIB and DOT. But we modify some orders, and I think we can get some fields in at least this year. They are strong projects, big ones, so that's why they will not retrace, they will not dump so much. On a couple of them, Solana and another one, I did some mistakes. I was a bit too cheap ass, and I put the limit orders a bit too low. That was my mistake. I'm doing the same mistake now? I don't know. Maybe yes, maybe no. But in the same time, we have some fields, so I'm okay with that. And we have some reloads again. We'll add new projects here. So because we have sell half on a double, we have money available from time to time. We'll add new projects here and the levels where we should buy and so on. If we'll get another 10 new projects, 20 projects added in this plan, and actually to buy some new projects, well, I think that will improve the quality and the potential for this plan. But we'll have to work our way every week until this plan will be done. We don't have any idea. Someone asked me how much money we can make. Well, actually, we don't know how much money we can make. My goal is to get free positions, as many as we can, free coins, and after that, put our hands under our asses and don't sell at 5x. Wait, don't sell at 10x. Wait until we'll get closer to the top. That will maximize our profit. I know it's hard to believe, and I know 90% of the people will not even think to follow this plan because it's boring. Well, the people who will follow this plan or something similar and will have patience and will wait, they could make some nice gains. It's all I can say. Nothing is guaranteed in crypto, you know that. You should not risk more than you can lose. And in the same time, when you open this plan or you listen this video, look at this document here. Let me see where it is here. Read the red part. Not me, not Kevin, or anyone from Crypto Traders Arena. It's a financial advisor. It's 110% your business what you are doing with your own money. We are just telling you what we are doing with our own money. I'm following this plan. Kevin is following a similar plan. Some gladiators from our community, they are following the same plan. If you want to do the same, it's 100% up to you. Yeah, that's my thinking. Let's talk about Capwa 1. We decided that we'll start Capwa 1, I guess, not this week and the next one. So you should have one more week to register to that program. It's a really good program to teach you how to trade, not necessarily scalping, but swing trading, investing, what you see on this plan, and even more. You should be able to make your own plan and make your own decision if you are doing Capwa 1. If you're doing Capwa 1 and you're putting the time and effort, not just doing the Capwa 1. But 4 months program with 3 months learning how and 1 month actually doing it in the market, and someone to look at every trade and tell you, well, here maybe you should do a bit different. This is not okay. You should do that and that way. Well, let's just call it, if I had that program when I start the crypto journey or the trader journey, that will make made my journey a lot easier. I had a lot of ups and downs and a lot of struggle until I get to this level. Well, I'll let Kevin talk about Kappa 1. I don't know, Kevin. We have requests.
I thought you were just talking about Capua 1.
Well, I did, but briefly.
We have one request in the chat, and then I don't know about in the request room. It doesn't look like there's much today. So you could look at.
Well, guys, hit the request, or hit the chat on YouTube if you want to take a look at some altcoins. We still have some time.
Yeah, the first one is CHZ. Oh, they're emming out when they're CHZ. This is the CZ's alter ego.
No, I think this is something different. This one on my screen.
Yeah. CHZ.
Well, it's on weekly chart. It's looking nice, but not buyable from a weekly perspective. You can see down. Well, not not weak anymore. The best, well, let's take it classic. Well, I don't think I have enough history on this one, and I don't think this one started here. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know, but it's all I got on Binance. So let's take the bottom because we are trying to buy a good level. How much potential has? I don't know. Let's take the high. If this is the high, could go a lot higher. Yeah. So I think it's reasonable to think 61.8 will be touched again. What you can do on this one? Well, the best thing you can do is just to wait on lower time frame if you want to pinpoint or to be a bit sharper than weekly chart. You should wait for the market first time to stop going up. Then you have a way to draw your long reload zone. And then to go on daily when it's close to long reload zone, go on daily and find the setup here. That's my overview. Here, don't touch it. Look left. Look left how much resistance has at this level. Could go up, push a little bit higher. Yeah, you can see this wick to the upside is there, but you don't have the risk reward for a trade. And to invest here, well, it's up to you. If you want to buy, I don't know, you had the opportunity to buy at 6 cents and now you are buying at 10 or more. I don't think is the case. So that will be my opinion about this one. Weekly, okay, maybe it's done going up or maybe not. I don't know. But what I can do, I could draw my long reload zone. If it's done going up, I'll go on daily. Okay, on daily, let's draw the long reload zone. Let's see what we have. And because I have a lot of volatility here, I don't have a specific level where market fighted. I see something at 61.8. But in the same time, you can see this week needs some retest. You can see we don't have on daily, I don't see a clear level. This one could go all the way down here in the long reload zone and then consolidate for a long period of time and make a double after that. So what I saw on weekly makes me think that it's better to wait in the long reload zone or maybe even below for a 3-step setup. Location, indicator confirmations on W's here, and a nice W in price, and you're ready to go. Or if you want just to invest, I recommend blue thing on this one. Let me close this. Let's do this one. Okay, let's take alt reload zone. Well, if we look left, you can see some levels here. I think we have some confluences here. So 78.6, 88.6. Yeah, I'm okay with putting some limit orders to invest there if you want to invest. I don't think it's the case to go on lower time frames to tell you anything else. Look on daily. Higher highs in price, lower highs on RSI. And you had some even on OBV, but that is broken because we had some volume here and pushed higher. But still, it's not enough for me to chase it. That's my overview about this one. I don't know the rest.
Nice.
Well, that's one. I don't know. On 4-hour chart, I don't think is the case for this live stream.
Yeah, there's a few more in
What
the
is
chat.
the next one?
Hanya's got CSIX.
In the chat on YouTube chat?
Yeah.
Well, for me, it's hard to go there because you'll see the same image in the...
Oh, it's just a CS.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, C6.
This one? Maybe I get it wrong?
It's probably that.
No. Is this one? On
KuCoin, probably.
Swap.
Probably that KuCoin
okay.
one.
Oh,
you just looked at it versus Ethereum, though.
This is Ethereum, and I don't like it. Well, KuCoin against dollar. Daily. Let's start with weekly. Like usual, let's not be. Well, I see a level I want to buy on this one. I don't know what we'll do here. If we'll do an AB equals CT, yeah, it's probable, but blindly from the start. This is one level I want to buy, and this is the other level I want to buy. So limit orders here from the start. You can see the wide weekly W buying here and here. It's I don't know, really clear, crystal clear for me that if I like this project, if I want to buy this project, these are two levels necessarily to buy. And you can draw the long reload zone and you can see if you have some confluences. Well, hello. They are in the blue area, both of them. Here, well, I don't know what will happen. But what you can see here, I don't know if this is the top, but could be. Why? Because we already confirmed with this down tail, we confirmed this weekly, yeah. We test this level, we broke this level. We are pushing back up. Maybe we can push in the short reload zone and then to go down. Maybe, but I'm not. I'm not tempted even to short. I could see the setup forming, but I don't want to see it. I want to wait lower to buy. Well, you can see the short reload zone. Testing the wicks here. Fundamentally, I don't know more about this. I'm looking at the chart and that's it. Honey, I think you know more about this chart because I don't think you asked for nothing. But that's what I see on weekly chart. Indicators? Well, let's put the indicators. Looking nice. OBV is nice. RSI is nice. Not enough history for us to give a clear overview about indicators. Let's go on daily. Well, same kind of thinking here. Looks like wants to push back up and at least in the short reload zone, but that doesn't change my overview on weekly. These are the levels we should think buying. And you can see up here will probably stop at 61.8 a little bit. If you want to add another limit order at 61.8, well, it's up to you. I still prefer 78.6. Here in this area is the volume. This level needs a retest on weekly, and I think we'll get that retest at some point in time. If the market will go here in the short, maybe even test this week high, put another high, and then break down, well, will not change too much our fib level, and we'll still have that retest of the weekly W. So, Hania, if you want to buy it, what I'll do, I'll try to buy it here in this area. But I'll warn you, will take a lot of time. Will take a lot of time to get that level, probably. Well, that was another one. Let's see what we have. We have even more.
Yeah, there's Illuvium, ILV.
Yeah, just 1 second. Okay. So on Binance against dollar, we have some drawings there. So we talked about this one. And we already have, you know what I'll say, no? What I said on the other projects. It's pretty simple. We have this this area. You can see what happened. Huh? Getting that level did, I don't know if you broke the low. Let me zoom in and see. I don't think you broke the low. No, the low is still valid. So who managed to get an entry here in this area? Well, good for you. Now we can draw another fib. I don't think it's the case because we have this one, but it will be similar, but let's do it. Let's take this one and let's put the alt long reload zone. Well, you can see some confluences here, no? So here in this area, in this double long reload zone, where you see double blue, you can buy. If you want to be, I don't know, just buy and set and forget, you should buy that level, $54. It's pretty close from the market price. If you want to be a cheap ass like me and try to snipe the bottom, well, you can do this one, 45. And you should not buy, don't sell your house to buy this one. Wait for a weekly W to buy even more. Another weekly W, because you should see here it's a range. And usually the bottom of the range could be retested again and again. And people who know how I trade, they'll see the same and the same every time. I'm thinking range, I'm thinking fake out. Well, even if we had a weekly close all the way up here, was a fake out, 3-bar fractal top, and we are going down. Going down where? Well, where the big support is. So I think Marianne asked for this. Marianne, if you want to buy, to invest, I think here in the blue is the best area to buy. Let's go and see the indicators. Well, nothing special. Okay-ish. Let's see daily. Well, on daily, you should see clear signs and clear market structure. Lower highs, lower lows. This could change here a little bit, and same idea, draw a short reload zone from the top to this level and wait and the short reload zone for a short. If you want to short something like this, I don't think it's the case, but it's up to you. Yeah, probably will not go straight down, but at some point in time we'll reach these levels. So same idea on daily. And you had clear signs here. Yeah, at the breakout from the range, you had a short, a pretty clean one. Here I'm here, breaking down and retest. And you can see with bearish divergence on RSI already, a lot of divergence here. So who wanted to short this one? Well, up to you. I'm not interested to short. We are too deep in the cycle to even look at the short ideas anymore. The only shorts I'll take is just Bitcoin or Ethereum to hedge my spot portfolio. It's that simple. I even wrote in my plan, I'm not allowed to short anymore. So I'll maybe lose some money or don't make some money on the short side, but I prefer to focus on the long side from now on. I'm allowed to hedge my portfolio. So if the Bitcoin will go down, will drag the entire market, I'll lose some value on the spot, but I'll compensate with the short I have on Bitcoin. That's the only thing I could do. But here, if you want to, I don't know, to be a bit pinpoint a bit even stronger, you can take the long reloads on the classic way and wait for a double here. If you want, I don't see too much happening in the long reload zone. That's why I think this level is better. So $55 could be a good level. Well, let's take a look at another one. Well, Marianne said WLD. Let's see. WLD. Sorry. I think it's this one. Well, I need to go on weekly just to keep the good habit. We talked about this project. You can see pump from the beginning. You can see the weekly W. Even if it's ugly, even if this one doesn't have enough history, this is a weekly W. So buying a small amount here is not a bad idea. If personally I think it could go lower, yeah, could go a lot lower. But at the same time, could touch this level and then give you a double and get you some free coins, and then maybe you'll dump. I don't know. But from this level lower, it's a buying opportunity. If you want to, I don't know, to trade, well, you should wait for a setup here. So in the green area, you'll have location. If you are thinking, okay, I want to be a cheap ass because it's an altcoin that has a lot of coins in the market, you can do something like this. And you can wait for a W here. That will be better. For the location perspective, you'll have I don't know, a different risk to reward. But overall, this is the first level, and anything below this one, if you see another W, you can trade. Above this level, I don't recommend to do anything. It's above the long reload zone. They had some hype. I could see a range here from the high to the low, and you can draw a range, and we can stay in this range a long period of time. fundamentals, what they are doing actually, honestly, I hate this coin. Why? People should know about why I don't like this coin. Now, blockchain and crypto should be about something else, totally different. What this coin is offering us, but we are here to make money, to trade. That's my opinion about trading. You should wait at this level or lower, and any W here with some bullish divergence, you can buy and you can make some money. Daily, I'll go on daily. I don't see a W yet, so I don't see a reason to think about that one. You can draw here, you can draw a trend line. I don't know if this one is the correct one, but I think it is. High, low, okay, this one broke the low. This is the highest one, yeah. Well respected. Give me a W the other side of the trend line, even think about an LJ. Yeah, I could see this to be the M, this one to be the clear M, and you can see if I'll draw the trend line like this and consider it's validated here, and this is the M, well, we are on the wrong side of the trend line and we have some work to do. It's totally up to you, but that's my 2 cents about these coins. Well, anything else? Let's change this one with an okay. So you'll not see my, and I'll put it on a different window. Okay. Well, if we don't have anything else, let's go and do the giveaway, Kevin.
Oh yeah, okay. Let's see here.
I think is the best idea.
Yeah.
DMAC is waiting for us to tell him he didn't win this time. I'm joking, DMAC. DMAC, if you want, I'll give you just for free. Just DM me and I could give you a 1 month premium membership. Just don't be upset, please.
Hey, DMAC. He is in here, though. All right. Well, I got my wheel of names up here with like, I don't know, 13 or 13 names. I'm just going to hit the button and we'll see how it works out. So here we go. All righty. All righty.
So on my side is still spinning.
All right. Well, guess who it is?
I don't know.
It's Alexandru Bordi. I don't know how to say your name exactly.
I think it's good enough. So, Alexandro, give me a DM, me or Kevin, and tell us what you want. 1 month premium membership or one-to-one. I think you are a premium member. I don't know. If you are not a premium member, well, that's for sure you will get a premium month.
Mercurio's sad, but well, Mercurio, didn't you win like twice in a row, Mercurio? One time? Can't remember. Well, anyway.
Don't be sad, Mercurio. Same thing for you. Yeah, same thing for you, like for DMAC. If you are upset, I could give you 1 month for free. I don't want to see people too upset in the chat.
And of course,
I'm joking. No free membership.
It takes it all back. Okay, well,
yeah.
Of course, every week we do this silly little giveaway. You just all you got to do is retweet the current week's tweet. When are we gonna stop saying tweet? Anyway, I'll probably say tweet for the rest of my life. But if you go to Crypto Traders Arena, whatever the pinned tweet is usually the this current episode is episode 54. So yeah, if you just retweet this pinned tweet for next week, then we'll add you to that wheel of names, and you can either win a premium membership or one-on-one with one of us if you're already a premium member. And it's just a little fun giveaway we're doing every week. What else we got going on here to mention today? Paul already talked about Capula One, but yeah, definitely if you want to take the Capula One program, you got to reach out to me this week. We're going to close that here in the next week or so and then start up for February. And And then the next one won't be for, I don't know, probably 4 months. So if you're interested in doing that, you got to do it soon. And otherwise, we'll just be uh, keep doing what we do every day. Tuesdays is sort of the day that we do a lot of stuff for the general public. Starting with Stefan's live scalping during the London session. So if you're just kind of curious about what it's like to be a live scalper, not a live, you don't necessarily have to do it live. Stefan does it live, but he walks people through the types of trades he's taken on a daily basis during that London session on YouTube. And so usually it's like crypto and sometimes a little bit of the traditional futures market, NASDAQ and ES, but mostly crypto. And so you could start on Tuesdays with him. And then, of course, Paul does the daily plan video 5 days a week, too. I didn't mention that. Every day, Monday through Friday, he does like a short video just setting up levels for the day. Our group does focus mostly on trading lower time frame stuff on a daily basis. So that daily plan video is really helpful if you're just trying to get your day started and set your levels, kind of get a frame of mind for what's going on that day. And then Tuesday's New York session, we're always trading live as well, and that's open to anybody on Discord. So if you pop in our Discord, you can join the Tuesday London session. That starts at I guess we start that half an hour before the New York Open. It goes for a couple hours. And same thing, we're usually identifying some scalp / like day trading crypto trades with a little bit of traditional market stuff too. Lately, a lot of Solana. That's what the shit coins are called on. They're Solanas. We've been talking a lot about those lately, just trading all these meme coins, but also just everywhere. A lot of Binance swaps. Most of our group is trading on Binance, so a lot of the Binance names also. And of course, THG is our trend following indicator algorithm. So a lot of those trades pop up during those times too. So if you're just if you're a premium member already, you should have access to the THG indicator. So if you don't, just reach out to Paul and make sure you get access to that, and then just kind of learn how that thing works. It's going to be really helpful during the bull market. You know, once we get into a market where everything's kind of grinding higher, THG is going to be exceptionally well. It's going to perform really well. And of course, it already performs really well as long as you can find a market that's trending. And so a lot of those trades often pop up during that time too. And I suppose later on Tuesday, I just do another live stream talking about crypto. So kind of getting into like the sort of smaller names than this show every Tuesday. And I'll just be kind of just same as this show though. Every week, especially right now, because I'm basically in the process of just working bids for that dip that I'm hoping comes. So the next probably few weeks will just be that. Like last week, I went through a handful of names that I'm going to be bidding on. A lot of them, actually. I went through a good 15, 20 names, I think. Geez. And, that's just kind of me. I like to spread it out a little bit and buy a little bit of everything. So I'll probably be doing that here going forward. And I'll just be going through those bids. Like I said earlier, just try to highlight them ahead of time so that people have time to go and do their own research and see if they like the names. And then they'll have my levels in mind if they want to sort of, I mean, if anything, we're cheap asses. So like, yeah, we might miss some trades here and there, but if you're looking at our levels and considering our levels, they're probably not chasing. In fact, I'm a little more aggressive than Paul probably. And even, I'm not going to be buying above 61.8 either. So if anything, we're at least passing on the what do I say? We're upholding the good location traders methodology. Because at the end of the day, I don't know if you haven't traded a lot. Maybe you're new to this. Just try to be mindful of the difference that just a few ticks can make. Really, at the end of the day, like the difference between buying 61.8 and buying 78.6, for example, can wildly change your double level and the probability of you getting a double. So like, obviously that's, we don't like to chase markets. We don't like to buy in crappy location. And so if we're talking about something on this show and highlighting levels, we're probably hunting pretty okay levels. Like even, like I said, I remember saying last week, even if like something like my ALCX, just cause I already have it on the screen here, like, sure, maybe this thing makes new lows. Like, I'm not saying it's not gonna. In fact, it could easily make new lows here before turning around and going back up. But if I'm buying down here at like, in this case, $17 or $18, right around 78.6, even if I buy that, we do make new lows. I'm not working a stop here. This is just a risk to zero type investment strategy. And so, even if we do end up, a 50, at any moment, 50% off. So like, say like 18 is my level and then it goes down to 9, which is somewhere down here at new lows. I still think my level's not that bad. Like, sure, I went under 50%, I went underwater 50%, but considering the upside and like something like this, if I'm willing to hunt 18 and then we go underwater to 9 here, I still think my double level at 36 down the road, that's quite more of a move here, but I still think I'll probably bang my double out just on a test of the highs here later, even if I have to go underwater. So by buying that level, that sets me up for a much better chance of success than like even chasing here at 32. So we're sitting at, or I'm sorry, not 32, 23. So what I was kind of saying earlier, like if I buy 23 here, then my double level is 46. So all of a sudden my double requires that we break the range and actually have to break out here. Whereas like if I patiently wait for a better level down here at 18, my double's just inside the range still. So just keep that in mind. That's why we try to hunt these pullbacks, right? We're not trying to buy uppy markets. We're not, you could argue that breakouts fail more than half the time. So, if you're trying to buy a breakout, you're trying to chase into a running market, there's probably a more than half chance that that breakout's going to fail. And you might even argue it's more like 70% of the time. And Paul might even say it's like more. So keep that in mind. That's why we hunt these sniper levels and try to be patient. And you'll find that we'll probably be like this trade. I'd give it a very high likelihood of me getting filled. We'll see what happens. As long as I wait, I just have to be patient. So let's just do that. Like I said, I was saying on Tuesdays, I'll work through more bids. So if you want to join me on that show, that's like right at the New York Stock Exchange close. And I'll just do more of this where we just hammer out a bunch more names like this, build my list out, get all my bids working. And I'll try to save some time to talk about like the shit coins and like any kind of on-chain trading going forward too. I am going to try to reserve time in that show to address that trading plan too, which is basically while it has similar rules, it's a completely different plan, I'd say, than this kind of centralized exchange investment strategy that I've been doing now for a couple cycles here. A few for that matter. Well, this would be, I suppose, the third. So anyway, I'll leave it at that. Thanks everybody for joining us. Let me know if I can help anyone in any way. Go to cryptotradersarena.com and join our Discord if you're not already in here. You can also find the daily plan video here every day, plus this show, and our link to join in Discord. And that's about it. That's about all I can add to any of that. We're always happy to help, so feel free to pop in and ask any questions you have. If you post request ideas for either my show on Tuesday or this show, we'll look at them during these two streams. And other than that, we'll just talk to all you later. Hopefully everything's going well for you and you have a good rest of your weekend. And let's start February off with a bang. So take care, everyone. Have fun.